Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm KATIEJANE Hughes. I'm a celebrity and editorial makeup artist based in New York City. This is Uncut with KJH, a unedited video series where you get to see the good, the bad, and everything in between because it's unedited. So you get to see the mistakes that the makeup artist might make, because we do every now and again. Not always, but sometimes. Anyway, I am going to show you how I like to contour my face. I already have a tiny bit on, so the framework is already sort of there. But one little thing I will show you is that I think it's important as a makeup wearer to sort of assess where you want the shadows on your face to be. Naturally, the shadows are here on my face. You can see them when I'm talking. You can see a shadow here that's being created from, you know, my chin, as well as like all of the sort of the dark. You can see the shadow changing when my hands kind of block whatever light that's coming from here. There's not much of a shadow here right now. There's a lot more of a shadow on this side because my hair is coming into the mix. So there's all these different variables that you should consider when you are doing your makeup. It could be the light coming in from the window, could be the area that you're sitting in, it could be so many things. So my phone is currently my mirror, so if you notice that I'm not really looking at the lens, I'm looking at myself because I'm doing my makeup in my mirror, aka my phone. I'm going to use a cream bronzer. I use a cream bronzer to sort of shape and shade my face. And I use something that is it's not shimmery, it's got no pearl in it. It is very much a matte cream bronzer. This is the Simi Haze Skin Suede Melting Bronze Balm in the shade Oak. This is a shade that's typically a little deeper than what I should go for as far as by the book goes. But I really like this one because it means that I can use a tiny bit and create the same effect than if I was to use something a bit more cool and probably use a bit more. I use this brush to pretty much contour, and I'm actually going to use this end to apply the product and then use this end to blend it. So this is the Rose Ink number 4. I'm taking the product on both sides of the brush. My nails, I don't know what they are. They're a gel from a shop in London. 606 is the shade name, Revolution. If I can remember, I'll post it on somewhere, TikTok or Instagram or something. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to slowly start to sort of shave my jawline away. Do you see how that shadow got more? It's going to be more noticeable on this side. I'm going to do it while I look in the mirror so that my face is evenly, I'm like doing it on both sides. And I'm actually going to just keep going. I'm going to show you from that angle what it looks like, okay? Now I'm going to do my nose just a little bit, but on the tip, just there. Technically a cooler tone is better, but I don't like the tone that's one down from this on me from the brand. I prefer this. Honestly, if you like a shade on you and it ain't hurting anyone, do it. Wear it. It's makeup. It washes off. So the reason I'm going so high up is the higher that you go, the higher your cheekbones are lifted. I'm also going to go in there. Do you see that natural shadow that I have there? I'm going to enhance that. You don't always want to enhance this, but I like to enhance it sometimes. Just sort of connects everything to the nose. Good way to contour the nose without actually contouring the nose, you know. Okay, so I'm just going to get rid of that little stripe there. And then I'm going to go back into the palette with the brush. And I'm going to do the forehead just there. I'm going to just get this out of the way for now. I'm going to mimic that on the other side and just sort of place that there. So now we've got, like, you can see already before I blend it in that I've got even more of a sculpted look to my skin and my face. Now I'm going to take this small sort of stubby side of this brush and just start to simply bounce that product in until I blend. And I like the fact that it's got a little bit of warmth to it because I am using so much. And the reason why, I wouldn't say I'm using like so much, but I'm using a decent amount. And if this was too cool and gray, then it would make me look a little muddy. And so I'd rather be a little warmer than a little too cool. I think that's like, you know, I'd rather be a bit too shiny than a bit too matte. Like, I think it's nice to pick what you are of all of these contrasting things. For the jaw, I'll sort of just stroke the brush back and forth and then bring what's left down the neck. And so this is kind of how I contour. I contour myself like this. I contour my clients like this. Sometimes I'll use a cream bronzer. Sometimes I use a cream contour. It depends on what I'm doing. I really, truly think that the guesswork is not that hard. I think that I understand why it can be hard because there's so many products on the market and that can be really overwhelming. But I think just like, as long as you know that like shimmer typically shouldn't go here in any area where you've got shadows naturally. You're essentially just trying to create shadows with color when you're contouring. You're creating shadows with darker colors than your complexion naturally is. But what I love about this formula from Simi Haze is that it does come in 4 shades. And what I love about it is it just blends in seamlessly, as you can see. I'm not really having to fight to blend it. There's a decent amount on, but it's still like moving and it's not sort of becoming stuck, nor is it sort of giving me a muddy kind of, you know, grey look, because it's a bronzer, not a contour. Somebody said to me on TikTok, oh, you're the way that you use contour, the words contour and bronzing so interchangeably is very confusing. And I hold my hand up and I say, yeah, actually, I can see why. But I think it doesn't need to be that sort of nitpicky. I think as long as you can use a bronzer for a contour product if it's not full of shimmer, and if it's not bright orange and really, really red and terracotta color if you're fair. And so I think that it really sort of depends on the product that you're using and how far you can push that product. And then I also think it's nice to, and I like to do this sometimes under makeup, what I'm doing, everything you just saw, I like to do under makeup. Sometimes I like to do it over makeup. Sometimes I like to do a little before makeup and then a little after makeup. Truly just depends on what I'm doing. And especially if the hairline is exposed, you do want to push whatever bronzing cream contour product into that hairline so that it's seamless. And that's really the end of this look. The only sort of opposing trick to this, which actually helps you get a better, more sort of snatched look, is to use a concealer as well in the mix. So I'm just going to use a little bit of the Glossier Stretch Concealer. I'm going to take, this is the shade Light 2, sorry. I'm going to take the Glossier Stretch Concealer and just use that everywhere where I did not just bronze. So all of the areas where the bronzer did not go, I'm putting this not over the bronzer where I just applied, but above it. And sort of allowing to have a little bit of a contrast. That little bit of concealer there really helps to lift the bronzer or the contour that you just applied. Like that. And if you feel like you want a little over, which I did, I'm just going to go back in with this brush. You see? Same on the forehead a little, starting at the area where you didn't initially start with the bronzer. And that's basically it. So a quick 2-product, easy sort of contour highlight trick, you know, to have a go with and play with and see if you like it. Okay, thanks for watching, bye.